everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. I'm Candace Cooper. I'm your hostess with the mostest. And what are we here to talk about? Usually we're here to talk about pop culture, conspiracy theories, etc., etc. Today, I think the topic that I want to talk about is entrepreneurship, because that seems to be the one subject that I've never been able to get away from in my entire life. So we all know I started out as a little kid working in TV, loving it, being creative, growing up, really struggling to find my place. The industry had changed. My look wasn't necessarily in, and I was scrambling. How am I going to make a living being a creative person? I love painting, I love photography, I love cutting hair, I love skincare, I love beauty, all of these things, right? And I think for a minute I was really overwhelmed. I dove headfirst into a lot of different avenues. I was doing styling for films. I was doing all of these different things, trying to figure out which one was going to rise to the top. And one that rose to the top ultimately, and this is really interesting. When you're younger, you're just like experiencing all of these different environments, learning which ones you like, which ones you don't like. And I remember kind of feeling like I liked hair salons. My grandma worked in one, so I was familiar with the atmosphere. But it was kind of like, one, I didn't like all of the chemicals. And two, I don't know what it is about hair or salons or whatever it is in the industry, but it can get a little dark. It could get a little catty. And I just didn't want to deal with that. Now, cut to 20 years later, we have salon suites. Clearly, I wasn't the only one who was not into that vibe and was a creative individual. So cut to 20 years later, now we have salon suites. Now we have chair rentals, which really wasn't a thing back then, especially on the East Coast. It was really just like you went and you worked in a salon, and that was it. You worked your 10 to 7, your weekends. You didn't leave for the day early. You just went in and you did your job. Well, because it's such a creative industry, and a lot of us who are getting into the industry, we don't want that kind of a lifestyle. We want something a little bit more flexible, a little bit more creative, a little bit more, especially if we're going to be giving up healthcare, if we're going to be giving up paid vacation, if we're going to be giving up, really being a hairstylist comes with very, very, very few perks if you look at it. I was talking to an old colleague / friend of mine today, and now I want to be completely transparent and honest, because 20 years from now, I want to look back at these videos and say, you guys were on this journey with me. I fucking dug myself out of this hole. I'm so proud of myself. Look at where I've come from to where I am. You guys have been with me on this journey. So this is basically what this is. This is going to be like a live vlog of entrepreneurship. So I was talking to my old colleague / friend today, and I said to her, I still haven't financially recovered from getting the flu in October, because that 1 week of work set me back a lot of money. And I just haven't been able to recoup that money. And so I am doing everything that I can to grow my business during a slow time, because it's the summer. Everyone's away. The economy is shitty, right? But guess what? I'm not going to give up. But I really am struggling to put these pieces together. I don't have, I've reached out to other salon owners to be like a mentor. I've had business coaches. At the end of the day, what I need is income to hire and delegate a bookkeeper, an assistant. Like those sorts of things are what I need right now. But I'm telling you, being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. You have to literally have an iron stomach for constant failure. But it takes about 10 years to become a successful, viable business. And I'm only coming up to 4 years in October. So, I know that I just cannot give up. But you really do spend a lot of your time paddling quickly underwater. So, what am I doing to increase my business? Let's start from the beginning. When I first got to Arizona, I didn't know a single fucking person. Smart, Candace. Great. I just knew that I didn't want to move when I was 40. So I was 36. All right. So I was still young-ish. I get to Arizona. I don't know a single person. So I get here. I'm not quite sure. I told my friends back home. They said, well, what the hell are you going to do there? I said, I'm going to open a hair studio. They said, how are you going to do it? I said, I don't know. I don't know anyone. I don't know. So I'm sitting in my living room I would say it was probably August of 2020, got there in July, and I saw on Instagram an advertisement for hair studios that were being built. And I didn't know the lay of the land. I didn't know what areas I loved. I didn't know what areas I hated. I just was like, this is weird that this is popping up. And I said, am I going to go and look at this place? That's crazy, Candace. You don't have any clients, you fucking lunatic. So I was like, yes, I'm going to go. I was like, what do I have to lose, right? So I go look at the space, and they were like running a deal. It was like 2 months free. And I thought to myself, okay, if I could get 2 months free and I hit the pavement right now, then in 2 months, and I had a little tiny bit of savings, I said in those 2 months, then maybe I could just get enough traction, right? So, now mind you, this is peak COVID. People are in masks. It was crazy. I'm standing outside of the Blue Mercury, and I'm saying to women who walk out, do you want a free haircut? Do you want a free haircut? Do you want a free haircut? And then words started to spread. I got put on a few businesses that were lenient in terms of, the fanaticism of the moment. I was very lenient with it, clearly. I got put on lists for that. So people started to come to me based off of that. So I was hitting the pavement, just asking anyone and everyone if they wanted a free haircut. I was standing up, and this was crazy because I said to myself, all right, Candace, you have to put your money where your mouth is and talk the talk and walk the walk. I had to make a statement with my business in terms of where I stood. It was so weird politically. I was like, I do the same thing that I do every flu season. Everyone knows me at my old salons, and they would laugh at me because flu season came around and I would wipe down the chair with antibacterial after every client. I would switch out the capes after every client. I would wipe my blow dryer and my curling iron down after every client. I'm just I had a lot of viruses when I was a little kid, so I'm very conscious of germs, right? I know that we live in a germy world. I wipe down my phone 1,000,000 times a day. It's like, do what you can, where you can, how you can, but the rest is up to the universe and God. So I was like, whoa, this is really big. We're in a very tumultuous time in history, and I am basically saying, I don't care if you've gotten your vaccines. I don't care if you've gotten your shots. I don't care if If you want to wear a mask, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Like, I just approached it like every other flu season. So I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm going from living in an area where I have every comfort, my family is close, everything, to a state that I don't know anyone, and now I have to stick to my guns on a subject that I don't think should have been forced on anyone to begin with. Just approach it normally. Okay. So the first year ticks by, and I'm not doing terribly. I'm not doing wonderfully. I'm just scraping by. Now, mind you, this is not the only thing that's paying my bills. I have an OnlyFans, The Desert Mystic. Feel free to go join. I'm running a 20% off special right now, so feel free to head on over to The Desert Mystic on OnlyFans, and you can get your first month 20% off. So I had that buffer, okay? But I'm not making a ton of money on OnlyFans because I'm not doing anything crazy. It's just like pretty sexy. And I break my wrist. I break my fucking wrist. I had run ads on Yelp. Be very, very careful with Yelp because they gave me like a credit. But the way you set it up on the calendar, it went over my allotment of credit. And so I ended up owing them $300. So I'm struggling. I don't know anyone here. I have no friends. It's COVID. It's weird. People are not meeting anyone. I'm trying to keep this hair studio open. I have this vision for a holistic hair studio. I have this vision. I break my wrist. Now I'm out of work for basically 6 weeks. Thank fucking God my grandmother threw me a little money to float me, and she was a godsend for that. And I was able to pay my medical bills and keep the studio open. I got my cast off 5.5 weeks later. The next day, I had 2 color clients with my wrist feeling like it was a floppy piece of rubber. I went home. I cried. I cried so much because I was like, it was my own fault for breaking my wrist. I went out roller skating and I didn't wear my wrist guard. Dummy. Fucking dum-dum. So I'm like, it's my own fault that happened. And you know, what I really wanted was my grandmother to get on the plane and come see me and help me for the week. She did the best she could. God bless her. Amen. Right? So my wrist gets better. I have the 2 clients. My wrist is flipping around. And I go back to work. Now, I've been open now 3 more years since then. 4 years coming up in October. And I am battling through a hellacious economy, okay? And I'm not a cheap service. My haircuts are not cheap. My hair color is not cheap. It's because I'm very, very skilled at what I do. So you're paying top dollar. Now, this is where I am. I got sick in October, and it set me back something awful. Now, this entrepreneurship just isn't for the weak. But we're all going to keep going, and we're all going to hold on, because what the fuck else do we have to do? Mondays are usually my days off, but really it's like my clerical day, whether I'm scheduling clients or going through emails or editing pictures or videos. Like I edited my curly cut video today. And I just want to say, in the last 3.5 years, I have been socializing. I have been putting myself out there. I have been going to meetup groups. I have been joining every fucking Facebook group that I could find. And like I've taken a little step back from that recently because I haven't been drinking in like 6 months. So I've just been like working out, working I don't want to spend money on alcohol right now. And I really don't feel like there's anything for me to celebrate because I'm not where I want to be, not financially, not, I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. So I'm like, what the fuck am I going out and drinking for? What the fuck am I celebrating? So it is such a grind. But as I was sitting there today editing my website and just like, I was like, this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I thought to myself, if I was working for somebody else, I would just clock in, clock out, and have nothing to do when I got home except like drink or eat. And that's just like not in my nature. My nature is to be a go-getter, to be a leader, to be somebody who makes things happen. I'm a generator, right? I'm getting into like my human design, even though I think it's a little bit hokey. I'm into it. But that's what that drives me. And then I think to myself, how many people in this world are not really, they don't know what their true passion is. So they are just clocking in, clocking out, and then just kind of like not really doing much else after. So I think for me, what motivates me in life every single day, it truly is the amount of work that it takes to be an entrepreneur is what sets my soul on fire. The scouting the models. I'm scheduling a model today. Everywhere I go, my last model for the curly cut video, she was my checkout girl at Trader Joe's. I was like, your hair is so cute. She was like, thank you so much. I really need a haircut. And I said, well, I'm a hairstylist and I specialize in curly haircuts. Why don't you come in, be my model, and I'll give you a free haircut? She did. How great. Then I was at the mall getting a charcoal burner, and the girl who was helping me out there got her information, setting up for her to be my model. So I'm constantly thinking of how I can create content to engage my viewers, to educate my viewers. And this is what gets me fucking going in the morning. I really do get up excited to go. I really do. Like, if I could just tell little baby Candace, who is so verklempt and stressed about the trajectory of her future and her life, girl, you're going to love it. You're going to love it every day, even all the stress, even all the debt that I'm in right now. I know that I'm going to dig my way out of it. And we're all going to do this together. This is what I was put on this earth to do. Okay? Not necessarily fail and triumph, but I'm getting the meat. And then I'm a good communicator. I'm going to give it to you guys. Okay? So what did we learn today? Always have a backup plan. So 2 jobs. Got to have 2 jobs. I like the one online. If you're a traveler, find something you could do remotely. And then find something that you could do where you live. If I had more of a tolerance for the public, I would do waitressing right now or bartending. But I'm at an age where like it's 7:30. I'm going to go for a little walk and then I'm going to wash my face, put a face mask on, and go to bed by 9 o'clock. So I had to find other ways. And that's socializing. So find your strong suits, okay? Find your strength. Lean into them. Fortune favors the bold, okay? So we're not going to get anywhere if I fucking sat around and waited for somebody else to do things with me. I would still be in Bergen County. Now, when I'm 95 years old, I'm going to say, this was a great move. This wasn't a great move. This was a great move. Like, but right now I'm in the thick of it. I'm in the forest right now. So I really can't see the forest for the trees, but I'm having a great time. And I feel like I'm learning a lot. And I want to pass all of this wisdom and knowledge that I acquire onto you guys. Because I think that that's really like why I'm put on this earth, is to talk, is to learn, is to conquer, and then communicate. I'm down for it. I'm here for it. But I'm in the thick of it right now. I'm not going to give up, because when I look around at other hair institutions, it makes me so much more confident that I have something special to offer this space. And I know that, like, inherently, I know that nothing can sway me from knowing that I have a gift, and the gift is hair, communication, and the beauty industry. It just is. So I'm so excited for you guys to be on this journey with me. I feel like I have a lot of comments. Let's see, because some of them are mean. Oh, well, I don't know if you're still here, Bands. What's the best sunscreen? I'm not going to get up to get it, but right now I am using the Supergoop Dust On Mineral Sunscreen. That's one of my faves. Oh no, that was just like a little insult. What? I feel like people fight in the comments. Oh, but we do have an entrepreneur. He or she owns their own lawn mowing company. Wait, I love the... Oh, well, someone said I'm fine as hell. Thank you. Oh, and then someone's insulting me. Oh my God. Honestly, like, you haven't made it in the world unless someone is like insulting you or you're pissing somebody off, though. Here's the thing. I have like the skin of a rhinoceros. You can't really say much to me that like hasn't already been said 1,000 times to me. I'm not I'm actually not blushing. I just like put... So this is the lipstick that I wear. It's the Kosas. And then I put it on my lips and I just smudged it, and then I put a little on my cheeks. And then everybody knows I love my Palladio, because I'm just like naturally a shiny gal, but the Palladio is amazing. I mean, so when I was an actor, I didn't learn on my own, really, the magic of a powder on camera. Because I remember I would be able to like catch glimpses of myself on audition, and New York is just very humid naturally. And I remember catching glimpses of myself in the camera and being like, oh my God, why am I so shiny? Like it just was like so sweaty. And so I was like, fuck that. And then I found the Palladio. Oh, you think I should continue as an actress? Thank you. This is the Laurel Nude. I think this is the Laurel... Yeah, the Laurel Nude. Ah! My little sponge fell. Look, I'm not opposed to being an actor anymore. What I was opposed to was them putting me on hold on a Friday, having me sweat all weekend, wondering if I was going to be able to pay my bills on Monday. You know, like, just, it was never, I was just a prop. I don't like that. Well, thank you. Shout out to anyone in casting. If you're casting, I might be down. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, I will be on my entrepreneurial tip, making moves. And yeah, that's really all I could do. That's really all we could do. But I love you all. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Dish. What did I do today? I did my weight training. I edited my website. What else did I do? I added to the website. I cooked, I cleaned, took care of the animals, scheduled doctor's appointments. I'm going to the dermatologist this week. And then I have a little gyno appointment. And yeah. I'm down. If you're the producer, you let me know. I'm at the age where I could play a mom. So I could play a mom. Probably I could play a grandma. I don't know. But look, here's the thing. And then we're going to wrap it up. As an entrepreneur, every day you have to get up and you have to dangle the carrot of motivation in front of your face, put one foot in front of the other, even if you're falling behind financially, even if, and like, figure out the roof over our head and a car. Those are our most important bills because they get us to our jobs and they put a safe roof over our head so we're able to get up in the morning and go to work and feel good. So we always have to make sure those bills are taken care of. And we have to find that motivation within ourselves every single day without fail to go and lift weights, to eat fucking healthy, even if it's boring. Like, when I go to the supermarket, I want chips so badly. I want them so bad. But I got pretzels, all I want is like a cheese puff. And don't get me wrong, there will be times that I get a cheese puff. But I'm in my fucking motivation era. The next 20 years of my life and your life should be about investing, should be about working out, should be about building your dream team. And this is what we're all going to fucking do. We're going to be each other's support system. Yes, we're going to talk about cool, fun, conspiracy theory stuff and pop culture stuff on here. But really, you're here to view me on my journey of entrepreneurship. And I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and the fucking ugly, you guys. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not ever going to stop until I'm at the fucking top and I'm fucking successful. And you guys are going to come with me. So I love you. Oh. A little Marvel action. I'm down. It's because I have great hair, right? All right, y'all. We fucking got this. We fucking got this. I gotta go. I love you. And I'll see you on the next Daily Dish. Ciao.